Hi everyone, welcome to this Yin Yoga and Yoga Nidra practice. So for today's practice, if you've got some blocks or cushions, you'll find those really useful for helping prop yourself up in some of these poses. You can start seated if it's comfortable to do so, either legs crossed or legs extended. Otherwise, you're welcome to lay down until we get into the stretches if that's easier on your body. So just start by simply closing your eyes. You can have your hands anywhere that's comfortable. Hands down on the knees if you're sitting up is more grounding, or hands up is more kind of receptive. So whatever you feel like you need today in this practice, just gently close your eyes, starting to breathe in and out through your nose. Sorry, 1 second, I'm just going to turn off the fan in the background. I don't know if you're picking that up. So just closing the eyes, breathing in and out through the nose. And just checking in with your body before we start the practice. So just noticing where you're at right now, any areas of tension. Seeing if you can soften and relax, shoulders away from ears. Softening the facial muscles. Whilst lengthening the spine up, so crown of the head reaching up towards the ceiling. So we've got a nice long spine if you're sitting. If you're laying down, you can always just shuffle your shoulders down away from the ears. Give your neck and your spine a little bit more length. Notice how you're breathing. Not necessarily going to control our breath during this practice. Yin is a lot more just relaxing your breath into a natural pattern, but just seeing if we can take nice even inhale and exhales, just so that we're breathing deeply, giving ourselves plenty of oxygen, plenty of prana or energy. And I'd love to invite you to have this affirmation or mantra in mind for the practice. We're in our final week of Stress Awareness Month. So I'm offering you this affirmation. Some of you may have heard this from me before. I have the power to overcome anything that comes my way. So you can keep that in your mind during the practice. And you may like to use it in the Yoga Nidra as your sankalpa or your intention if nothing else comes to mind. Just repeating it to yourself in your head. I have the power to overcome anything that comes my way. And before we get started with our practice, we'll just take 3 cleansing breaths together to open the practice. Taking a deep inhale through the nose. Exhale fully through the mouth. Inhale through the nose. Exhale through the mouth. And one more. Just coming back to a normal breath through the nose. Just cementing that intention in your mind. I have the power to overcome anything that comes my way. Just gently blink your eyes open. Before we come into our next stretch, we'll just go through a couple of neck rolls. So just dropping the ear to one shoulder, rolling chin to chest over to the other side. Maybe staying at the front of the body, just rolling the neck from side to side a few times. Taking it nice and slowly. You can pause to breathe into any tight spots you might find. And then coming back to center. And drop the ear over towards the right shoulder. Just to whatever degree feels right for you. And then taking the right hand up to the top of the head and just gently guiding the right ear down towards the right shoulder. You don't want to be really forcing it and pulling it, just gentle guidance, a little bit of weight, just let gravity of the arm help pull it down. You can close your eyes if you'd like. And just keeping that steady, even breath. Try and relax anything that doesn't need to be working right now. And then just release the hold of your head. The hand can come down to your knee, and then we're just going to turn the head so that the chin is pointing in towards the right armpit. Just gently changing the stretch on the neck. Staying here for at least 5 more deep rounds of breath. And then very gently, we're going to ease our neck back. So you might want to take your right hand back to the head just to help guide it back up to center. And then releasing right hand down towards your knee. This time I'm going to drop the left ear towards the left shoulder. Again, whatever degree is available for you. This is definitely a more challenging side for me and my body. It's just going to wherever your body wants to go to. And then you might like to use the left hand to gently guide the ear a little bit closer. Maybe closing your eyes, just imagine you're breathing into the side of your neck or wherever you're feeling this stretch. And then just releasing the left hand down towards the knee. Just going to turn the head again. So this time the chin's going to point in towards the left armpit. Just subtly changing the stretch in the neck. Taking 5 deep rounds of breath here. And then as before, you might like to use the left hand to gently guide the head back to center. And we're going to come into our deer stretch. So one that some of you have done with me recently, some of you may not have done at all or for a while. So I'm going to start facing this way so that you can see what I'm doing. I'm going to take the right leg so that it's parallel with the short edge of the mat. And then the left leg is then going to be at a 90-degree angle. So then you've got your shin of your left leg that's parallel to the long side of the mat. And from here, you can start to lean yourself back slightly. So we want to try and keep rotating the left hip as if it was you're trying to keep your seat down on the mat. And just starting to lean back. So you might be on your hands, leaning back just a little way. You might be able to lean back onto your forearms, or you might even be able to go all the way flat if you've got less restrictions than I have. So just find where you want to be, and just bear in mind that this is yin, so we're not pushing ourselves to our limit, and we do want to be in a position where we can hold it without tensing up. We want to be able to relax into it. So this can start to feel a little bit intense into this left outer hip if we go down too far past our limit. So just be mindful, bring yourself back up if you need to. Once you've found your spot, just settling in, resolving to be still. And if your mind starts to wander, you can just bring it back to that affirmation. I have the power to overcome anything that comes my way. So just trying to relax as much as you can in this pose. And then gently starting to ease yourself up. So if you came onto your elbows or anything like that, you can gently start to come up onto your hands, easing yourself all the way back up, nice and slowly, and keeping the right leg where it is. Swing the left leg round, and then we'll just have to adjust the right until it comes to the, so that the right foot is to the inside of the left thigh. And we'll come into a forward fold from here. So you might be able to use your blocks in this if you've got some handy. So what we want to do is lift first and tilt as if we were doing a regular forward fold, but then because it is yin and it's passive, we're going to allow ourselves to round down, softening the spine and relaxing it completely. And this is where the blocks might come in handy if you can prop them up high enough that your forehead is going to rest. But just please be mindful if you are using blocks not to push your head down onto them, to not force yourself down. This is meant to be completely passive, so you can either let your head just dangle or make sure that it's naturally resting on blocks, so you're not forcing. You might find that if you're not quite at your block yet, during our couple of minutes in this pose, you might start to naturally sink a little bit deeper. Just imagine you're sending your breath all the way down the back of your spine, allowing it to decompress, letting go of any tension you're holding on to.
And just, if you've got your palms facing up, just turning them so that they're palms down to the mat. Gently pushing into the hands, slowly bringing your body all the way up.
And from here, we're going to come into that deer pose on the other side. So you can either stay facing forward and taking your left leg, or I'm just going to swing around so that you can see clearly. So I've got my left leg parallel to the short edge of the mat now. And then I'm taking my right leg at right angles to it. And so the right shin is parallel with the long edge of the mat. And then just trying to rotate the right hip so that it's down. Starting to lean back any degree that works for you. So it might be different on this side to the last. I know I'm definitely feeling it already into my right hip, so I won't be going as low as I was on the other side. So do just play around with where you want to be on this side. Up on the hands, maybe down on the forearms. Closing your eyes if you would like to. Just settling into the pose, try and relax the legs. Sending your breath anywhere where you're feeling sensation in this pose. Just know that you can ease out if you need to, or ease off if you've gone too far. If you had come down onto your forearms, just easing back up onto the hands and slowly coming all the way back up. And just releasing the right leg, swinging it round. And we'll come into that seated forward fold on the other side. This time you should have the left foot to the inside of the right thigh. Pretty sure that's the opposite to how you had it before. If it's not, then do the opposite side. So as before, lifting first, tilting the hip forward, and then allowing yourself to round and soften.
So again, you might want to use the blocks, but only if you're not going to be tempted to push yourself onto them, allowing yourself to just gently rest on them if you reach it, just using gravity. I like to turn my palms up so I'm not tempted to pull myself forward. And again, if your mind does start to wander off, just bringing it back to your breath or back to the affirmation. I have the power to overcome anything that comes my way. Gently ease yourself out really slowly. Again, you can turn the hands, the palms facing down, and use your hands to very slowly ease yourself back up to a seated position.
Moving the blocks out of the way. And you can release that left leg. You might like to just give the legs a little wind between action from side to side. And before we come into our Yoga Nidra, we'll finish off with a supported fish pose. So if this is okay for your body, you're going to have one block or cushions between the top of your back, between the shoulder blades, and then one to support your head. You might want to play around with these a little bit. Cushions are obviously going to be softer than blocks. You just want to get a little bit of lift right at the top of your back, between the shoulder blades, and then either legs can be extended, or if you'd like to release the hips a little bit more still, you can bring soles of the feet together and let knees fall out to the side. Just find a position that works for you. You can take your time to make sure your blocks or your cushions or your rolled up blanket even, whatever props you're using, are positioned in a way that allows you to feel fully supported, so you don't have to tense in this pose. You can allow yourself to be supported by the props. Just relaxing into it. Just noticing any sensations, the opening across the chest, release of the back. Letting the head be heavy.
Taking a final couple of breaths here. And then you can use your hands to gently guide the knees back towards one another if you had come into that butterfly position with the legs. And pushing into the elbows, gently tucking chin towards chest, lifting up so you can slide blocks out of the way. Place them off to the side. Come and lie down on your back. And then just hug knees in towards the chest for a moment before dropping knees over to the right hand side. And just extend the arms out or make them into a little cactus shape, T shape. And then coming back to center, drop them over to the left hand side. Coming back to center, just hug the knees in towards the chest. Have a little rock from side to side. Hugging knees in towards the chest. And then you can release the legs. And getting ourselves ready to come into the guided Yoga Nidra practice. So you can just get any props you want to get really comfortable. Perfect. You're going to be lying some sort of Shavasana type position. So you might want to prop up under your knees with a rolled up cushion or a blanket or a bolster. Might want to have a pillow underneath your head, a blanket over you to keep you warm. So just any position that works for you. I'm just stopping my video while I find my script for you. So just getting yourself comfortable. Just take your time, find what's comfortable for your body today. Allowing yourself to feel fully supported on the floor, on the mat. Make sure you're nice and warm because your body temperature could drop during the practice. Maybe some cozy socks, blanket. Once you've found a comfortable position, just allow yourself to become still now, allowing your whole body to settle and rest. Know that there's no need for any movement of your physical body in this practice. If you need to make any final adjustments, you can do so now. And whilst you rest here, just close your eyes if you haven't already, and visualize the room around you. The walls, the position of any doors or windows. Imagine your body resting in its position on the floor. Know that the space for Yoga Nidra is fully held and you are safe. Although we're physically distant, you are held and supported in this practice by all the women who are practicing with you, not in the same room, but in the same space and awareness that is Yoga Nidra. Allowing your body to soften with every breath and relax a little bit more. Staying with your breath, take your attention to your chest, your heart center. In this stillness, notice if you can feel or hear the heart beating and pumping, fully supporting you at all times. Tune into your heart space. What would your heart wish for you in this moment? What is it your heart truly desires for you? If you have a heart's desire, an affirmation, a mantra, you can repeat it to yourself in your mind 3 times now in the present tense, as if it is already true for you. If you're not yet aware of one, know that you are still supported by your practice, or you can use the one from our yoga practice, reminding yourself, I have the power to overcome anything that comes my way. I have the power to overcome anything that comes my way. Know that the seed has been planted, ready for you to nurture it with this practice of Yoga Nidra. Now, taking the attention back to the physical body, we'll start to take you on a journey. As I name a part of the body, just draw your awareness to that part and imagine water flowing to it and over it, rolling off the body and taking with it any tension or stress. As we move to each body part, just imagine it bathed and refreshed by water as your entire body softens and releases tension. Take your awareness now to the right hand thumb, second finger, third finger, fourth finger, fifth finger, palm of the hand, back of the hand, wrist, forearm, elbow, upper arm, shoulder, armpit, waist, hip, thigh, knee, calf, ankle, heel, sole of the foot, top of the foot, right big toe, second toe, third toe, fourth toe, fifth toe. Left hand thumb, second finger, third finger, fourth finger, fifth finger. Palm of the hand, back of the hand, wrist, forearm, elbow, upper arm, shoulder, armpit, waist, hip, thigh, knee, calf, ankle, heel, sole of the foot, top of the foot, left big toe, second toe, third toe, fourth toe, and fifth toe. Now move your awareness to the back of the body. Right heel, left heel, right calf, left calf. Noticing the points on the back of the body that are in contact with the floor. Right thigh, left thigh, right buttock, left buttock, lower back, middle back, upper back, the entire spine. Right shoulder blade, left shoulder blade, back of the neck, head. Now bringing the awareness to the top of the head, the forehead, right temple, left temple, right ear, left ear, right eyebrow, left eyebrow, middle of the cheekbones and middle of the eyebrows, right eye, left eye, right nostril, left nostril, right cheek, left cheek, upper lip, lower lip, both lips together, chin, jaw, throat, right collarbone, left collarbone, right side of the chest, left side of the chest, upper abdomen, navel, lower abdomen, right groin, left groin, the whole right leg, whole of the right leg, the whole left leg, whole right arm, whole left arm, whole face, the whole head, the whole torso, and the whole body refreshed. Those parts of your body where the water has cleansed, just imagine now the water has been flowing off your body, and imagine where that water is ending up. Take yourself in your mind to a body of water that feels calm and peaceful to you. It might be a lake, a river, a waterfall, beach, wherever feels the most calming to you right now. Visualize yourself sitting and watching the water, taking in the environment around you. Become aware of your breath. Notice the way the breath is moving in and out without effort. Calm and peaceful spot. Notice the speed of the breath, how you can feel it in your physical body. Feel the breath in the nostrils, the throat, the chest, as it fills up your lungs. Notice the warmth of the breath as you exhale. Imagine now that in this peaceful place, the sun has come out and you can feel the heat radiating down on you, awakening the feeling of heat in your body, basking in the warmth. Now letting go of that warmth, imagine a cool breeze surrounding you, cooling your skin. Awaken the feeling of cold on your skin and in your body. Now alternating the experiences. On your inhale, feeling the warmth of the sun. On the exhale, the feeling of a cool breeze. Inhaling warmth and exhaling cold. Keep alternating the experiences. Inhaling the warmth of the sun, exhaling the cool breeze. Keeping these experiences in mind, you now feel them at the same time. The warm sun and the cool breeze. See if you can experience them at the same time now. Let go of the heat, let go of the cold. Return to your breath. Return to your current temperature and state. Keep listening to the sound of my voice, your awareness on my words. I'll list a number of things. Just listen to the sound of my voice and bring to mind what I've named. See them in your mind and feel any emotion or sense that arises with it. Stars at night, full moon, a good night's rest, foggy morning, a wolf, burning candle, the moon's reflection on a lake, waves crashing, your reflection in a mirror, stormy clouds, starry sky, an oil spill, cup of black coffee, red desert, sun shining overhead, Egyptian pyramid, a warm embrace, a burning candle, cozy slippers, a hot chocolate, a red apple, berries on a holly bush, a heart beating, vibrant sunset, roses, your reflection in a mirror, autumn leaves, smiling Buddha, burning candle, white feather, cool, clear water, a bouquet of lilies, sheepskin rug, torrential rain, snow-capped mountains, a dove, burning candle, fluffy clouds, glowing dandelion seeds, ice melting, a white feather, a white feather, a white feather. And as we come to the end of our practice of Yoga Nidra, come back to the seed of your heart's desire that you planted at the start of the practice. Know that the nurturing of this practice continues to gift you what you need in this moment, supporting you and holding you in your heart's desire. Bringing your attention back to the breath. Start to breathe a little bit deeper. If you did have your own Sankalpa intention, you can repeat it to yourself 3 times now. As you breathe, breathing deeper, bringing a little bit more awareness back to the physical body. Start to visualize the space around you of the room you're in. Imagining any doors or windows. Notice the points of your body that are in contact with the floor. With each inhale, allow the body to return closer and closer to a more normal state of awareness. Start to wiggle the fingers, the toes. Gradually making the movements a little bit bigger. And once you've fully come back to your body, close the practice of Yoga Nidra. A deep breath in through the nose and out through the mouth. Taking a nice big stretch from the fingers to the toes. And then gently rolling onto one side. Before easing yourself back up to a comfortable seated position. And once you're there, you can just bring the hands to the heart, gently bowing the head. Just checking in with how you're feeling after our Yin Yoga and Yoga Nidra practice. Checking in for any shifts, any changes emotionally, physically, and thanking yourself for taking the time to do this practice. Thank you so much for joining me today. May the peace of these practices stay with you. Namaste.